Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my question is, my husband and I are deciding whether we should buy a new car or not. We are looking at used. The situation basically is right now we both have vehicles. My car, I have a $350 car payment on. My husband's car is paid off. It has about 100,000 miles, and it is out of inspection. It has no air conditioning. It needs about $4,000 worth of work. We do have 2 young children, so, we do rely on that vehicle as well for transportation. So my question basically is,
if it's out of inspection, does it have a tag on it?
Yeah, so when I say it's out of inspection, it's as of this month. So it's something where we're coming up on about, should we pay to have all this work done to keep it, inspected and legal after this month is up, or do we go ahead and proceed with starting the process of looking for a new car, a used car, or something along those lines?
Okay. You don't have any money, do you?
So we have money in savings.
How much?
We have about $20,000 in savings.
Okay. All right. So, the first thing is I'm just calling BS on the 4,000. I think you cooked that number because you wanted to get rid of the car. So I think you can actually get that car fixed for probably half of that if you start working on it a little bit. But you jacked it up because you're sick of it and you're trying to figure out a way to justify getting a car. If you want to get a car, it's okay, get a car. But I don't think it takes $4,000 to get that car back up and get it running to where it should be to pass inspection. I think you can get a different mechanic to look at it, somebody that's not, I don't know where you went, so don't go the dealer to get a car like that worked on for sure. But anyway, let's figure out exactly what's wrong with it, because here's the problem. If you don't get it where it passes inspection, it's going to sell for $4,000 less.
Okay. Right.
You can't give it away.
Yeah, because that was the other thing, is if we traded it into a dealership versus sell it privately to have that funds as a down payment.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you've got $20,000, so, I think you probably get the car up and running and where it'll pass inspection for a couple grand and then sell it. And then if you want to sell it and move up in car a little bit with some cash, that's fine. But buying a new car? No, you're broke. You don't have the money for a new car. And you certainly don't need a car payment. And you need to get your car paid off as fast as you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to get out of the car payment business, kiddo, if you don't want to be broke your whole life. If you want to, folks, if you want to be middle class the rest of your whole life, keep a car payment. Mathematically, it'll just hold your butt right there. It'll just keep you from succeeding. It'll keep you from prospering. And just go, well, everybody's got a car payment. It's just the way it is. Car payments are just the way of life. And that's exactly how people that are middle class speak and talk and think. And it just keeps you right there. It just locks you in. You cannot get it. You can't break free from it. And so you got to go, nope, I've had it. Not paying payments on these stupid automobiles ever again. And these are the words of rich people. People that become wealthy are the ones that get rid of car payments. And well, I could get rid of my car payment if I was wealthy. No, you missed the point. You could be wealthy if you got rid of your car payment. You got that backwards. So, now, Diana, that's the cycle I want to break in your whole discussion. I don't care if you fix this car up and sell it and move up into a little better car. It sounds like it's a piece of junk. I don't disagree with you on that. But then we need to get your car paid off as fast as we can. And we need to get in a game plan here where we stop talking about cars as if they're a constant crisis and instead get around in front of it and start managing the vehicles in a way where they don't own us, we own them. And that requires a different thought pattern than, oh well, we're screwed, we got to go get a car payment, and well, we're stuck, can't get an inspection, got to go get a car payment. And that's kind of how your question sounded. Maybe you didn't mean it to sound that way, but that's kind of how it sounded. And you want to break that cycle.
And I'm old school. I didn't have time to pick it apart, but I'd want to know what repairs are necessary just to pass inspection. Tennessee's a whole lot different than Pennsylvania, so it could be sizably different. But if I was worried, I wouldn't be worried about the air conditioning. I think kids these days need to stink and have the windows down and let it blow in their eyes and their hair. My goodness. I mean, I drove a car without air conditioning for a year and a half when Stacey and I first got married because it was a cash car. And I drove in the morning and I drove in the afternoon. It's like, come on. So some of these things are about saving up money, suffering a little bit. And how big of a deal is it to suffer and have your kids have the summer air blow through the car? I wouldn't fix the AC on that car.
You sound like a boomer.
I am on this issue. Here's my point, because then I would say, I'm with Dave. I would spend the minimal to get the inspection and then sell it and then buy a $10,000 car.
And to get a car with air conditioning, for God's sakes. But
then, yes. Yeah. But until then, well, you tell people not to see the inside of a restaurant. I'm the owner for telling them to let the wind blow through their kids' hair.
Thank
you, folks.
Listen, I don't have any hair, so it doesn't matter. So there you go. Mom always called our air conditioner on our old car when I was growing up a 240, 2 windows down, 40 miles an hour. That's what she called it.
I get them a full cup of ice and roll the windows down.
Man,
just blow right over the car.
A couple of dinosaurs here giving out advice to non-dinosaurs. But, honestly, you drive like no one else so that later you can drive like no one else. So, if you need to go without the AC for a little while to get your goals hit, fine. I've done that too.
Act like it's a convertible. The kids will never know.
But it's not like this is like this is somehow better. They don't build them like they used to. Thank God they were a piece of crap. Thank God they're better now. But so check all that out. But do the minimal and get the inspection, get the car running, keep your family going, get your car paid off, then save up and buy up in car, and save up and buy up in car, and save up and buy up in car as you build wealth, move into better and better cars. Never again a car payment, and never again a new car until you have at least $1 million net worth. There's some good rules for you guys, okay? And for you, Diana, as well. Thank you for calling. We appreciate you joining us. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Here's the numbers. A new car loses, according to Kelley Blue Book and according to Yahoo Finance and about 3 other sources, a new car loses 60% of its value in the first 5 years. So that means if you buy a $40,000 car, when you drive it off the lot and you hear that sound going over the curb, blum, blum, when you went into the street, that sound was $10,000. That's the first drop. As soon as you get it, as soon as it's titled to an individual and it touches the street, it's going to drop 20, 25% that day, okay? Then from there, you're going to lose the rest of that 60%. So $40,000, that means you're going to lose $24,000. That means your $40,000 car in 5 years is going to be a $16,000 car, okay? And that's a new car. Now, if you lose $24,000 every 5 years, don't be scratching your head and wondering why you don't have wealth. It's because you're driving it down the sewer, okay? You're causing this, and so you can afford to take that hit if you got $1 million. You can't afford to take that hit if you're broke. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.